Then we create it, and then we can paint it. So if we're gonna make like another place here, we'd want to like maybe we can go full 3D backgrounds, something like that, and that would make things look better. Yeah, it's definitely a problem with the foreground, is what it seems like to me. I'm just trying to think if it's a perspective thing. Like the camera in the background is at a different perspective for things, so that it just doesn't look anywhere near correct. Well, we're gonna see here. Yeah, sorry, I've been kind of in a bad mood today, obviously. Just frustrated as all hell, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I need to chill out. Christ. Getting upset about cameras and perspective. I'm no artist. I should just tell Adam to do all this crap. Just be like, there you go, there's your camera. Make your world. I think it's just me being a jerk. Yeah, see that? I think that looks a lot better. Like, yeah, it really is just, we need more 3D stuff, I think. The foreground looking all screwed up. Because that feels better. Just even just like that. Hell, even with the stuff in the background, it just looks better. Yeah, we just needed some freaking filler, didn't we? Like that looks fine, right there. So, yeah, that's interesting. That's a mix of 3D assets and 2D assets in the background, and it actually doesn't look awful. Like my eye is not telling me that that is complete garbage and that I should hate my life. And literally the only difference is we now have just some very basic stuff going on with that height map. Now there is a little bit of Z fighting on some of those pixels. But it's not awful. And especially if the colors were all nicely blended together with like some fog, some distance fog in there. Like let's actually see if we can even turn that on. Some sort of distance fog stuff. Ooh, that's cool. How do we actually lower these things? Because I need to lower this crap here. How to lower terrain, Unreal landscape. Can I lower the terrain instead of raise it? First question. You can use control. It's control shift left mouse button. That makes sense. So whenever I think of stuff, I think of control shift. Holy crap, we can actually run on this height map. Alright, yeah, that's looking a lot nicer. So, what did I do? So it looks like it looks a lot better, and it's really just a matter of like getting the art right on it, because the platforms look wonky. Yeah, it's missing the foreground. Like the trees don't look right. Like basically now the 2D stuff doesn't look right at all. Or at least some of it doesn't. Some of it does. But it feels like the trees and all those things, like we should have another foreground layer that's right behind kind of where we are, which is bigger and is obscuring all this stuff. Yeah, it's a good point. It looked like we're just like looking off a cliff and all that stuff. So I'm gonna see if Adam's around so I can maybe get his opinion on this. In the meantime, why don't we do what we always do? Just screw around with stuff. A fat sack for every platform. 2 for that one. There we go. The game's done, guys. We finished it. Just Fat Sack Land has been saved. Yeah, really what needs to happen here is there needs to be some sort of foreground art that looks proper. And that's going to be like the floor. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff there where we need not just the floor we stand on, but the floor immediately behind it, which gives a kind of a section of a perspective that'll look good. Because when we're up jumping in the air, that looks good, and it's when we're back on the ground that like we don't have, you know, just the smallest lip of the stuff to look at. All right, Adam will be on in just a second. Take a look at all these things. We can run into all the. We can just play in the bushes with the fat sacks. I should really just add the B button in here real quick to make you dig. Just because I want that to be something. I want to dig things. Let's go do that. Let's see. We got the fat sack, movement controller, piece of garbage code. Yeah. Where is dig anyway? So we're just gonna, yeah, we're gonna do if m virtual controller is key down B action, then we're gonna play our dig animation, otherwise we need to play our idle. This is, again, just garbage. Garbage code, but that's fine. We can have better code later. I just want to make him dig. Now you can dig. Yay. Digging fat sack. I'll make him dig faster. Let's also zoom in just a little bit and see how that looks. I think I'm just tired today. All grouchy and shit. Now it's all scaled way too much. Yeah, when I start getting all grouchy and I guess low blood sugar and all that stuff, it's probably a good sign that I probably should stop working. You know, it's like it's not working. It's not working too well. Yeah, the other thing that's not there is we don't have any like shadows or anything, and that also probably really screws things up. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Like a lot of this just looking wrong now is that Batsack doesn't animate, he doesn't do anything, you know, like a lot of this looking weird is literally just it's all the stuff that we have to do to get our character like looking correct in the world. Is now that it's kind of like when you do something right, it makes everything else that's wrong look a hell of a lot worse. Looks great, yeah. All right, I'll give you a little. What did I do? Right. I'll throw it up here real quick. Basically, what we did was we got another camera in the scene, and it's a perspective camera. We threw that camera behind. Kind of, we have like our front rail where we're running, and then we have this camera that's behind it. And Unreal's not super great about this sort of thing. I was trying to get like a post-process render target sort of thing going on, and how you have to do it is I've got this is a render target, and this is actually always in front of the camera. So it's like in That's how they played the intro to like Fallout 4 and stuff like that. Is it's literally like a projector in a hidden room that they teleport you to, and they're just rendering literally the picture onto the wall, even though it's a movie. And then our actual camera is back here, and that camera is actually moving through our world, kind of on a rail back here. Also, I just discovered that I can move with the mouse like this. That is actually really awesome. It's a hell of a lot faster than I was. So when you hit play, this is what it looks like right now. So those are some of your 2D things in the background. And I think the background, like, when I took out I didn't have the height map until earlier. I didn't have the height map until recently, and the height map filled in all the gaps between the terrain, and it made it look a hell of a lot better. Like, we had it where it was just, like, if I can take this thing out, if I can take out the landscape and then play. No, I can't. Can I? Maybe I can disable it inside of here. No, I cannot. Well, I wonder if I can just delete it and hit play. And yeah, this is without the landscape. And you can see it looks kind of... Well, actually, no, it doesn't actually look that bad without the landscape. Interesting. Anyway, so we can throw the landscape back in there, and yeah, I guess it does look better with the landscape. It's nice to have that 3D filler, and it is a 3D object, so we can have all the lighting we want. So that's kind of a 2D scene, 2D, 3D in the background, and this is just 3D over here. And seeing what that looks like. And we can actually kind of run up. We can run around on our terrain a little bit. So, yeah, I think it looked best there with kind of a hybrid approach, where like the 3D stuff here looks not bad. But I think the kind of just having the sprites here actually makes it look a little bit more retro, a little bit more stylized, and then the 3D stuff fills in kind of the gaps real nicely. I don't know. I think it's an effect that we could work with. we can dig along the ground. So I don't know, you have any questions about kind of what I was messing with here? It's kind of an odd setup, and we'd have to screw around with it a little bit more, but basically it's this render target that is kind of a movie screen that gets put behind where it is. So the only camera in the scene is actually this isometric, not isometric, this orthographic camera here, and this is, I think this is like last frame's background or something like that. And the clip plane for this guy is set real short, so he doesn't see anything beyond like 1,000. Alright, you're super excited. Alright, so that was messing with the camera then. So I'll make sure to check this in so you can mess with it. But it's starting to look like kind of like a prototype level, isn't it? Like, you move around, we got little dudes doing crap. The animations is what needs to work next for prototype land, I think. Because we can totally use all the Unreal shaders, distance fog, all your lighting, all your weather crap, and you know, we could have a sunrise come over in the background. You know, we could have the moonrise coming up there, some clouds moving through in the background. So I think there's a lot of possibility for it, and you're absolutely right with the composite camera being something we really needed to do. So thanks for continuing to push for that and give me a hard time about it. So yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end the stream for today because I've been all grouchy and angry and all that. And I did mow the lawn, and I already streamed for 4 hours earlier today, so I think I just need to chill out. So thanks for joining us. We're just gonna watch these little fat sacks run around in the ground a little bit. They're hiding in the bushes. Those little guys are the best. Thanks, Ishu. The character frame rates? Oh yeah, the character frame rates are fine. It's just we hadn't tuned any of the animations, so they were running, you know, either super inconsistent frame rates or whatever. And they're still not tuned. They'll look a lot better when we tune them. He used to do the mating animation. Alright, guys, stream's over. We're done here. Adam's getting into weird shit, so we need to go before this gets super awkward. So, thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a good night and a good day and all that fun stuff. I am going to do something other than work. So thank you, and have a good one.